how the government shutdown is preventing some Mainers from moving into their homes they built themselves.
Should women be forced to sign up for the selective service or the draft? Currently they are not, but men are. What do you think?
And Dr. Angela Davis spoke at UNE Biddeford's campus today about racial and gender justice just days after the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King. This is News Center Now.
It is day 33 of the government partial shutdown, and we are learning more ways it's directly impacting Mainers. Good evening, everybody. I'm Lee Goldberg.
And I'm Lindsay Mills. Build a wall, crime will fall. That's a tweet from President Trump today, not backing down from his push to build a $5 billion border wall. We'll see what happens tomorrow. That's when a Senate vote is set on the president's proposal to reopen the government, which includes border wall funding, and a Democratic alternative to reopen the government through early February. Senator Susan Collins speaking on the Senate floor today about her efforts to reopen the government, saying she supports the president's plan.
The plan put forth by President Trump is by no means ideal, but it would result in the reopening of government, my priority, and the outlines of a compromise are before us.
Meanwhile, members of Mainers for Accountable Leadership and others are calling on Senator Collins to vote for an end of the partial federal government shutdown. But it's another program in Maine where members are really hurting. They're also focused on building walls that make a home.
All women building our houses.
One wall, window, and cabinet at a time, Lisa Sangelo built her own home.
For the last 15 months, we've been building every Saturday and Sunday, up to 10-hour days.
She had help from 5 other women, and in turn, she helped build their homes.
I never realized how easy it was to put siding up. Vinyl siding. It's so simple.
Sangelo and the other women are part of Community Concepts, a self-help home ownership program. It helps low-income Mainers who qualify get low-interest mortgages through USDA Rural Development.
Hello, you have reached USDA Rural Development.
We recorded that phone message.
We are not in the office at this time.
From the USDA Rural Development office in Scarborough. And weeks later, nothing's changed.
The loan can't be processed because USDA is part of the shutdown.
The government shutdown hindering the program that's helped hundreds of Mainers build a roof over their heads.
I just don't understand.
Sangelo can't move into the home she can't wait to move into.
It's sad and it's disappointing.
If the government shutdown was avoided, Lisa would have moved in this week. Community Concepts also helps homeowners who want to rehab their properties. We have more information about it at our website and mobile app.
Alrighty, well, we apparently have some type of wet, wild weather coming, but that's not what everybody's talking about. Ryan Breton to tell us what everybody actually is talking. Oh, there it is.
Exactly.
It's still there. Can you believe it?
This is all I saw on Twitter while I was away.
I know. It's kind of frozen into place, though, because of the cold weather the last couple of days. But check out the temperature there in Westbrook. We're at 35. We'll have to see what happens because tomorrow we'll get close to 50 in that part of the state. But tonight I'm worried about some ice inland, a winter weather advisory up into tomorrow morning. And check this out. I think it does a good job showing who needs to be concerned and who doesn't. Along the coast, we're all above freezing, but inland below freezing and pretty substantially below freezing right now in places like Bangor. That's where we've had some snow moving through, a light to briefly moderate snow in that part of the state, but there's a lot more precipitation to the south, heavy rain, and that's coming here tomorrow. So overnight tonight, watch out for some light freezing rain, some light freezing drizzle inland. Light snow will continue from Bangor points north, but overnight the temperatures start to go up, and by tomorrow morning, I think it's rain a lot of us are dealing with, and it'll be some heavy rain at times tomorrow. So we'll be watching for the ice inland tonight, 1 to 3 inches of snow for the mountains, 3 to 6 inches of snow in northern Maine. And then tomorrow is all about the rain and the wind. We'll talk about where the temperatures will get highest and how much rain's coming, all coming up in a few minutes.
A standoff is building over where President Trump will be delivering the State of the Union address. The president informed Speaker Nancy Pelosi by letter today that he intends to deliver the speech in its traditional location on the House of Representatives floor on January 29th. But Pelosi sent the president a letter back saying she does not want a State of the Union until the partial government shutdown is over.
Michael Cohen, President Trump's former personal lawyer, is delaying his testimony to Congress due to threats against his family from President Trump. That's according to Cohen's attorney, Lanny Davis. In December, Cohen was sentenced to 3 years in prison for lying to Congress, tax evasion, and breaking campaign finance laws. Should women be required to register for the Selective Service System, which requires all 18-year-old American men to register for potential military draft? That's the question a congressional commission has been trying to answer. Today, the National Commission on Military, National, and Public Service released an interim report highlighting what it has researched in its first year. And for that question, they still don't have an answer.
Some of the other questions that were posed were, should registration for the draft be mandatory or eliminated? Should all Americans be required to complete some kind of military, national, or public service? And should high schools transform the final semester of senior year into a service learning experience? Well, we want to know what you guys have to think about this. Should women be required to register for the draft?
And if you have answers to any of the other questions we just mentioned, join the conversation right now on our Facebook and YouTube live streams. You can vote in our Pulse poll at our app or our website right now, and we'll keep the conversation going during our commercial breaks.
All right, whether you own a home or you rent, affordable housing is something that's certainly on everybody's mind, and definitely in the city of Portland, because city officials have been working on this and addressing it for quite a while now.
Tonight, a vote could be a game changer for housing moving forward. We're going to check in live with Samantha York for a preview. Hey, Sam.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm live at Portland City Hall right now, where city councilors are set to vote this evening on whether or not they want to charge hotels a fee to help pay for affordable housing. So that's the short version. But essentially, the city is full of hotels, which is good for tourism, not so great for those looking to live here long term. So the city is proposing that contractors looking to develop here either build some affordable housing units into their hotel projects or pay a fee of upwards of $4,000 per room, and those fees would go into a fund that would help pay for lower median income housing for families. Now, like any issue, there are people on both sides of the fence. The city officials say that this is a feasible way to help address a need, whereas those in the tourism industry say they're singling out hospitality businesses. So the meeting is set to begin at 5:30. The vote will take place sometime after that, and we'll have much more tonight on News Center at 11. Lee and Lindsay, back to you.
All right, Samantha York joining us live tonight. Thank you very much. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, after almost 2 years of pain, a little boy finally gets to go home.
And Angela Davis making an appearance in Maine. We find out what she had to say to UNE students. What's up, everybody? So we're gonna try going forward. I know this is something you guys did when you first started, but going forward, we're gonna try to be better about responding like how we do always, and then like also messaging you guys too in the feed where you're interacting with us.
Lindsay is back from vacation. I still don't have a mic though. That works.
Did you use
Facebook,
this one when I was gone?
Nope.
No.
I still have been shut out. So this is the world's longest microphone repair in history.
So, and weighing in on our Pulse poll question, Scott says, equal opportunity, all women must have to or lose access to student loans, federal grants, and federal jobs.
Dante says, don't let the social justice nonsense ruin our society. It's our job as men to protect the women and children. We can't make women sign up for the draft. If they want to join, fine, but no draft.
Yeah. Special shout out to Zach and Denise who are watching. They just joined a little while ago. Yeah. A lot of you guys are inquiring about Lee's microphone.
Yeah, no, we don't have the budget for it. We spent it all on Lindsay's vacation.
Did you say Jan's comment yet? She says the draft not for females.
And Dante said they should not either. Matt says about the government shutdown, it's costing the country $7 billion a week. And he says the president is asking for less than that for the wall. Time to end it.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're taking a walk. Oh, are we going over here? What do you want me to say?
Just, you can do the last part.
Okay.
And yesterday we didn't necessarily say where they were from. Just like, check out this story.
Okay.
I don't think it matters if we say it's Dallas or
Sure.
home or
Stand by.
Little Jacob Rodriguez was born with a severe birth defect and stayed in the hospital for 685 days before he was finally given the ability to go home.
What an ordeal for his parents. Check this out.
I'll start by giving away the end of this story. It's one with a happy ending in the making. That's why a crowd of pediatric nurses lined a hallway with balloons and bubbles on Tuesday morning. But from the moment this sonogram was taken, a happy ending was very much in doubt.
When they were doing the ultrasound, they were taking quite a bit of time.
It had taken Olga Rodriguez years to get pregnant. Now in that sonogram, doctors saw something very wrong.
This gut-wrenching feeling like, oh no, like, what do you mean something's wrong with our baby? You know, it was scary.
Scary that the boy she and her husband planned to name Jacob had a birth defect named omphalocele. His intestines, liver, and parts of his stomach outside of his body.
They did tell me the risks, you know, that he would die in utero. And of course that broke us to pieces, thinking, you know, we've wanted this for so long and there's a possibility we may lose him.
He was born at Medical City, Dallas, March of 2017. He weighed just 2 pounds, 14 ounces with lungs underdeveloped and months needed to expand and grow the skin he would need to close his abdomen. 22 months would go by. The longest anyone at Medical City, Dallas can remember for a preemie baby to finally get the chance to go home. A chance Olga thought might never come.
I really thought so. I really thought I would never be able to take him out of here alive.
She's phenomenal. I love that mom.
Nurses like Taylor Gillen watched as Jacob's mom stayed by his side every day, fighting with him.
He always has the cutest little giggle, and he laughs all the time, and just has a really good outlook on life. And I hope he keeps that and does something great in his life, which he will. I have no doubt.
So I'm just ready for him to see the world. I want him to experience that.
Because he's never left this building. This is a great day for you.
Yeah. It's a new chapter. It's a new chapter in this book of life, and I think that's one of the biggest things is I just want him to see and experience things like a normal child.
That's why nurses and doctors lined that pediatric hallway, celebrating that Jacob, who will still need a ventilator for a while longer, got to go home after 685 days. His nurses, who now consider him family, called it bittersweet to watch him leave.
It's a really good day. This mom is incredible. She has brought this kid to this place, and I'm so proud of this family.
Nurses followed him with balloons all the way to the ambulance that would take him home. The mom celebrated the day she feared would never come.
I just want him to have a normal life, grow, and just see that he is a miracle. He's a strong boy, and if he can overcome this, he can overcome anything. He's so strong.
A strong little fighter, today seeing the world out here waiting for him for the very first time.
We're going home. Thank God. Finally. 685 days later, we're going home.
Unreal, and you can't imagine the connection that that family has with those doctors and the nurses and the people who have been his family literally his entire life up until he got to go home. So.
And shout out to all the nurses and doctors who really do lead with their hearts like
that's
that.
personal. It's not a job. Like,
No.
I mean, that's personal. You can see it in everybody's eyes right there. So, all right, there you go.
Well, we do want to know what you guys have to say about this. Women, do you think women should be required to register for the draft? It's our Pulse poll tonight. 70% of you saying yes, and a lot of you chiming in. We're going to read a couple comments now. Teresa on Facebook Live says, yes, women want equal rights, and to be able to have and do that, they have to do the jobs men do. Then the draft should be mandatory. They can't have it both ways. They wanted combat. They should then be held to the possibility of being drafted.
Dante says, no, it's our job as men to protect women and children in our country. We cannot make them sign up for the draft. If they'd like to join, that's one thing, but it should not be mandatory. We are always following your conversation on our Facebook live stream, so chime in over there if you're not already so we can continue the conversation.
All right, you're really going to dislike me after I say this joke. You ready?
I'll never dislike you.
Moving can be difficult, but for one group, it was very difficult.
Why would you do that?
We're going to see why.
You just got back. Why would you do that? Okay, and Ryan, moving into the picture with his forecast and third of the depth chart. There he is. Rhino,
You liked it.
Dad jokes.
Just remember, the day I do, if I ever do become a parent, I'm going to lose all the dad jokes. I'm going to be opposite, like Keith said. I'm going to become forgetful.
I recommend being like B. Lindsay. Just tell lots of dad jokes without having kids.
Yeah, that's the way to go. And so much easier on the wallet.
Yep.
Wasn't that a great story?
It was a great story, Fred. What's up, Cam?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Amy. So guys, I do have a question for you. You know that I've been covering the waterfront protection discussions going on now in Portland and in Boothbay Harbor and in Gloucester, Massachusetts. Well, today I spent half the day in Scarborough, where that's also become a discussion, and it's over the sale, the purchase and sale agreement of the Fisherman Co-op that's been there for decades. I've heard that some clammers are concerned about accessibility for parking and that sort of thing, but I wasn't able to talk to anybody on camera today, and that's one of the challenges with our jobs, right? We talk to everybody, we talk to many people all the time, sources, that sort of thing, but half the battle is getting people to go on camera. So if anybody in the Scarborough community knows anyone who is aware of this discussion, I'd love to connect with them.
But it's going to be green on tan. Give me a white balance thing.
Sir.
Cute. Okay. Thank you.
Are y'all gonna look at me?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. How are we doing this? Hold on. Yeah, I think as soon as you finish with Portland, I think we should both.
Yeah.
And then look at me. Yeah, okay.
How was the turnout? How was the turnout?
Huge.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest event they've had at UNE in its
Ever. Wow.
Oh yeah. I like it.
You don't like my casual approach to living?
Ginger
What's
says.
the cord too, Jeff, for that lamp?
Ginger says we either have equal rights and responsibilities or we don't. If we want to be held on equal ground, we should have to sign up for the draft. If we want freedom, we have to fight for them as well. Activist and author Angela Davis visited UNE today to commemorate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King with a 30-minute address.
It turned out to be one of the largest events in UNE history, with people watching in both Biddeford and Portland. Cam O'Brien attended the event and has a full breakdown for us. Cam, what'd we miss?
Yeah, guys, so cool. So Dr. Angela Davis's visit coincides with the very day that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. visited UNE in 1964. So that's some pretty cool history. Dr. Davis talked today about justice and how it can be more accessible for all people in the 21st century. Hundreds cheered as Dr. Angela Davis took to the Alphon Forum stage for her MLK address on gender and racial justice. She celebrated the achievements of women in the social and political sphere, but then questioned why these movements are centered around whiteness and white women.
So my questions are about the connections we make.
The experiences of women of color are rich and generative, but why are they considered experiences that relate only to communities of color?
Dr. Davis related gender justice to the prison system and rights for transgender people, turning then to critique the president's exclusion and demonization of immigrants.
Many of the immigrants are women and children who are fleeing gender violence. And the solution is a wall.
Students had the opportunity to pick Dr. Davis's brain for advice on their own social activism.
How do you go about making sure that your movements and your justice and your compass continues to evolve and continues to include all of the different isms that we keep uncovering?
We tend to fixate on these terms like diversity and inclusion, and that's all we talk about. And of course, diversity is important, inclusion is important, but even more important, justice.
So, Lee Lindsay, we said this is one of the biggest events that UNE has ever had, with 1,500 people on the Biddeford campus and then another 400 some people in Portland watching too.
All right, Cameron Bryant, thank you very much. What a cool event to be able to be at.
You could feel the energy in that room, and
right?
I wasn't in that room.
I know.
You
well,
know?
we got it from Kim when she got back.
Yeah,
so we
exactly.
got osmosis. We were able to get some of that.
You know what? A lot of people are talking about how great it felt outside today.
I've been waiting for tomorrow all week, though, because I've got this one chunk of ice. I can't get it to go away.
Tomorrow's the day.
my day, right?
Oh, that's it.
I'm counting on it.
We're right back down after that.
All right.
You might have to get the chipper out just to make sure it's done after tomorrow.
Not to be confused with the chopper, which is used in golf.
No,
It's a putter and a chipping wedge.
Yeah.
A chopper.
Oh, okay.
My
All right.
grandpa has one.
Or Chipotle. Don't confuse it with Chipotle either.
I play golf, so there we go. All right, winter weather advisories are up tonight for all but the coastline, and I think this next map does a really good job showing this here. The coast safely above freezing, but don't have to go far inland to already be below freezing, and we may drop another couple of degrees tonight, so some icy spots are likely to develop as we go through the night. We already have some snow from Bangor north and east, some patchy freezing rain elsewhere. There's a ton of rain and a ton of mild air to our south, though, and all that comes in here by tomorrow morning. So right now, going forward here, 8 o'clock tonight, we'll keep the snow going from Bangor north. The rest of us, it's some drizzle, some areas of light freezing rain, and temperatures right around 32 degrees. So I think we'll have some icing inland, foothills, mountains, maybe even down towards Sebago Lake and interior York County tonight. The numbers start to climb overnight, so by tomorrow morning, I think any icy spots are localized to the mountains. The rest of us get pretty warm during the day tomorrow. So if you're stepping out tonight, even just outside on your driveway, keep an eye out. I think ice a pretty good bet inland away from the coastline. Snow, though, will pretty much be confined to along and north of Route 2, few inches up to 6 possible in Aroostook County. Tomorrow, though, it's all about the rain. 9 a.m. already rising into the 40s. These numbers may be a little aggressive with the temperatures, but you get the idea. It's going to become much warmer tomorrow, and we're going to have some downpours coming through in the afternoon. Really heavy rain possible 3, 4, 5 o'clock from west to east. That will signal the end of the storm system, and behind it, the temperatures will drop. So tomorrow night, we may have to watch out for a little bit of a flash freeze in some places after the melting and the heavy rain we get tomorrow. And it will be a good amount of rain, an inch or more, with the chance for up to 2 inches of rain in down East Maine. Also, a wind advisory in effect for the entire coastline tomorrow. It's in the warmest air that we may see the strongest winds. So that would mean right along the coastline, and I especially think the mid-coast and down east have a chance at the highest wind gusts tomorrow. So we'll have to keep an eye out for some isolated power outages during the day tomorrow. Behind this, it's much colder on Friday, temperatures in the 30s, and in the afternoon on Friday, might be a couple of snow showers and snow squalls that move in, setting us up for a much colder day on Saturday. We're right back down into the single digits in the mountains, teens to around 20 everywhere else during the day on Saturday. Seas 9 to 12 feet, gale warning up for tomorrow, and your next 7 show that tomorrow's the day. If you have a icy driveway, that's the day to get rid of it, because we'll cool right back down tomorrow night. Maybe a couple of snow showers on Friday. Sunday, some light snow is possible. Doesn't look major. The next big storm might come in next Tuesday, and that one doesn't look all snow. Might be another one of these messy storms that goes from snow to ice to rain. But that's Tuesday. We'll
get there.
That.
Long way away.
All right. Long way.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Alexa, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
As much as I want the Rams to win, you can never count out the New England Patriots. My prediction? The Patriots will be taking home the Vince Lombardi trophy, and Tom Brady will need to use his other hand for that 6th Super Bowl ring.
Really, there's really no reason to play the game. Alexa has decided, and the Patriots will win, and that's it. It's over.
A friend of mine sent me a screenshot of Wikipedia that the Wikipedia about for the Patriots was updated. Did you see that?
Not yet.
It says the Super Bowl. It's the update for the Super Bowl. It says the Super Bowl when the Patriots play their last game of the season.
There it is. It's going to happen again.
All right, a lot more coming up on News Central Maine at 5:30. Cindy Williams is here with a preview. Hey, Cindy.
Hi, guys. We've got a serious story, actually, to start our newscast today. One man is dead, another injured in a roof collapse in the town of Cornville. The men were working on a mobile home, tearing off some tin sheeting from the outside of it when the whole thing collapsed on top of them. We're going to have much more on that. Plus, protesters here in Maine are calling on Senator Susan Collins to end the shutdown. And in fact, she spoke on the Senate floor today supporting the president's plan to do just that. Those stories and more ahead at 5:30. Back to you.
All right, stick with us. More News Center Now when we come back. To the monitors.
Alexa's got it right, I'm telling you. Alexa knows.
So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with this Senate vote tomorrow. That'll be big.
Well, so I just saw there are two proposals that will be voted on. One proposed by the Republicans and one proposed by the Democrats. In a shocking development, they both say theirs is the one that should be voted for. So why do I have a funny feeling that neither one's going to get approved?
Yeah. All right, now my very, very hard moving day reference is going to make sense.
Well, probably not.
It will, I promise. It will make the most sense. Do you want to ad-lib the toss to that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Do you know what the story is? I didn't
Nope.
see it. Should
Nope.
we look at what it is?
Nope. Nope.
I'm just going to go with
We're
it?
just going to go with it.
Okay.
Welcome back, Lindsay. We're just going to
Yeah.
make it up.
Guys,
Doing
I was
it live.
supposed to be back Monday.
Lindsay stool.
Yep.
No stool.
I was supposed to be back Monday.
No stool.
I was.
Let the record show that I told Lindsay before she left we wouldn't see her until Wednesday, and I was right.
You did actually say that. And then when I texted you freaking out on Saturday that our flight was canceled for Sunday,
I
you
say?
said, calm down.
Deep breath, relax, get back when you get back.
Should we do the last
Just like
check-in?
the song, I don't care when you get here, just get here if you can.
I don't
think that's how it
care
goes.
when you get here. That's right, it is.
To get here if you can or when you can. I don't care when you get here, just get here if you can.
If you can, yeah.
So that's all I meant. Yeah.
I love that song.
And you pretty much did take all of the available modes of transportation. to
I
get
did.
here.
Everything.
Did you swim? Take a boat?
No kayak.
Take a boat?
No boat.
Yeah, they're not everything. All right, quick final look at our pulse results. Overwhelmingly, yes. You guys say that women should be eligible to register for the draft. Thanks for weighing in and all of your great comments on our Facebook page as well.
All right, now my joke I made earlier is going to make sense. They've been fattening up for months to get ready for their big moving day. Orphaned bear cubs have been living behind cages at a Colorado Mountain Wildlife Reserve.
Now they start a new journey thanks to Colorado Parks and Wildlife and the rehab facilities. So take a look at this.
I mean, this is a beautiful area.
Moving day on Pikes Peak isn't so stressful.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
If you find a mover like Tim Craning.
Less backbreaking work.
His team does the heavy lifting.
They weigh anywhere from 110 up to 160 pounds.
So you can rest easy. Hoisting fur is trickier than furniture.
Grab on kind of where you can, find a good grip, and lift. It's a lot of dead weight.
Colorado Parks and Wildlife officers were best suited for this job.
Media wants to kind of gather around, that's all right.
A move we all covered from every angle because bears.
We'll take those two down and then we'll come back for the other two.
4 black bear cubs, orphaned last year, were rehabilitated and ready to go home. They just needed help getting there.
If we didn't do this, these bears would likely die. They don't have great odds of growing up in the wild without a mom.
The tranquilized cubs were zonked out, except for the couple times they weren't on the sled ride.
We're just waiting here for the drug to take effect on this bear.
A fresh dose put them back to sleep as terrain got steep for the movers. The bear's den was a new build.
And then it's packed in with trees, tree branches, as a base layer to give it some support and structure.
The officers, also the architects of an artificial den. Their job done. The movers hope the new residents wake feeling right at home.
We hope they stay out here in the wild and they don't have any contact with humans.
I can barely take how cute they are.
So sweet. Oh, there we go. All right, that's enough. News Center Maine at 5:30 starts right now. I almost didn't hear that. I almost didn't get that. I should have known it was coming. Bye, guys. Oh my God. I should.